50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, are we back? Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 643. Today is March 22nd. The year is 2026. Thank you guys for jumping in and joining us wherever you may be and however you may be. And boys, I'll do this right here. This shit this shit is done. When I tell you this shit is so bad, oh my God, my brackets, and I would say 90% of the world's brackets are done after
99 tries.
99.8. 99.8.
Wow. There are perfect brackets still.
What's the number?
I think it's 2 remaining.
Oh my!
I figured that much. That's how it gets to.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
I'm still saying there'll never be one ever.
No, there was one.
As of this morning, there were only 2 to 4 left.
Yeah, it's 2.
Wow.
I'm gonna say probably 1 now because I saw that.
There was a perfect bracket once upon a time.
Yeah, there was 1.
Bro, what? You got to bring that up for me. I don't recall that at all.
I'm gonna look it up. But boys, how we doing?
We're doing great. You know, start of spring. So happy spring to everybody listening. Much needed. Finally above 50 on the regular, which we love here. So that's a great sign. Baseball's right around the corner. We're going to bring you some picks. And Dill, I'm counting down the games, Dill. We're just around 10 to 12 games, depending on the team. Countdown of the NBA season. Can't wait.
Playoffs. So real quick, Joe, no, a verified perfect bracket of the NCAA March Madness has never been recorded. The odds of achieving a perfect bracket are 1 in 9.2 quadrillion.
Wow, I thought one person got it like in the early 2000s. I swear I thought somebody got it.
The best attempt was in 2019. Greg Nigel correctly predicted 49 games in a row before his bracket was busted in the Sweet 16. That's even impressive.
That is that
49 games is
there
crazy.
Elvis might have been an unofficial one. Who knows? So I guess it has to be official, like for it to be submitted.
Yeah, it has to be submitted. Yeah,
it has to be submitted through like CBS or Yahoo or ESPN, something.
Some agency where they can verify it, the legitimacy of it.
Yeah. How you doing, Joe? How's
good. Like
your
Elvis
weekend?
said, beautiful weather. Took the dog out in the water. You know, as much as we got surprises for you boys with the MLB, I had a surprise, the family over here as well. So
nice. Did you go to a Coastal game this week?
No, I was trying to, but 3 games in a row, they mercy ruled JMU. James Madison didn't have it quite on the dime.
They played JMU 3 times in a row?
Yeah, it was a weekend, series. And mercy rule on Friday, mercy rule yesterday, mercy rule today. Yeah. Went home early.
Shout out the Dukes of James Madison. Not the best in baseball, apparently. You mentioned spring. Happy spring. I can't stand the fucking spring because I got allergies,
you don't sound bad though. You don't sound bad.
Today I start to feel it a little bit. I'm not as you both know, I have my awful days. I'm not terrible, knock on wood. I set an appointment for an allergist on Thursday. So
hey, I feel like you would be worse in the South, bro. Pollen is just everywhere.
No, surprisingly, bro, when I was in school in Maryland, allergies weren't even a fucking thing.
Oh, hey, maybe something opposed to barometric pressure. Maybe.
Well, Maryland does have like fresh air, like more air, less city, less
Terrible
cars
up here. Terrible. I come back up first year after college. I'm sneezing. I'm like, fuck. Like
it's in the air, bro.
Yeah,
it's pollution.
The Mid-Atlantic, you gotta love it.
Hey.
But like E said, we got a great episode. We're gonna break down MLB Futures. We are just 4 days away. I got a bone to pick with opening night being on Netflix. Don't love it, but we will talk about that. We got win totals.
Though, right?
What happened?
Isn't like Peacock have an opening day game and Netflix have one? Like they're
No,
like,
so the opening night is between the Giants and the Yankees. That is the only game Wednesday night on Netflix. Now I know Peacock or Amazon, they have the Home Run Derby this year.
yeah.
So it is split up with events, but bro, it should be on regular TV. It should be on ESPN, like regular TV.
It should be on basic cable. Channel 2,
Yeah.
Channel 5, Channel 4, Channel 7, or your
Yep.
local, Channel 12 or 11.
Yeah. Oh,
I think
It's opening day. Understand?
Yeah.
Sunday night baseball, ESPN, Netflix, whatever. But opening day, be honest, every game in the first 3 days, each team should have a local televised game.
And for us up here, it should be on the Yes Network because it's the Yankees, but it's not. It's going to be blacked out for us.
That's crazy. Yeah. And speaking of the Yes Network, Elvis, to your point, like the old heads, and I listen to Michael K a lot. A lot of
shout out
old
Michael
heads,
K.
Shout out Michael K. Legend.
No Michael K.
Greca, legend.
Yeah.
I got 2 cars. No Michael K.
Yo, this is legends, bro. I've been listening for better part of a decade now, but it's just you got to hear like the people who call in. It's a little older audience, and they're having a time. It's kind of sad to hear their difficulty in just viewing the teams that they love. I think it needs to come full circle. We had the basic cable packages. Now it's going to a streaming platform. And everyone's complaining about the streaming platform. Let's hope it maybe goes back to the cable packages.
I'm interested to see how the app holds up. Because the first boxing one with like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, it wasn't the best. I want to see how it does for baseball.
Nah, you're right about that. So that's a little concern. I think they'll fix it because that was a lot of views, and they have to expect a huge crowd for opening day. But Dill, I agree with you. I'm not a huge fan of it, but you got to understand from their perspective, what's dying out? Basic cable. We're kind of the problem. We rather have 3-4 subscriptions than have basic cable. They have a cable box. That's our generation. We started with that. So, we gotta look ourselves in the mirror before we complain sometimes still. So I'm gonna say we kind of shifted the way things
paradigm.
are.
The paradigm.
Yeah, we shifted it. The future is streaming. MLB's trying to adjust. NFL's trying to adjust. NBA's trying to adjust. There's more people that got streaming subscriptions at the 30 or under than they have cable boxes. That's just a fact. So 10 years from now, is it going to have more views through the app, or are you going to have more views on basic cable? I'm going to say 10 years from now through the app. So why not get ahead of the curve?
Wouldn't you think, D, like the problem is that it could turn into monopoly with the streaming? Because like if we wanted to all be easy,
it already is. Joe, it's already is on cable. Who do you think owns the majority of the cable?
But that's the thing. Like but those individual channels are buying into a cable company. I guess the cable companies wouldn't exist without those individual channels, and then the channels are now turning into streaming. But that's the thing. You have to buy each individual streaming service to access whatever group of games you need. For us to have that convenience, it would all have to be under one umbrella, and that would turn into a monopoly, which we're trying to avoid here. Capitalism.
I will always be a cable guy till the day I die. I was born in the wrong generation. In college, my roommate didn't want cable. I said, no, we're getting cable. Like, we need cable.
You pay the bill. I was like, I'll pay the bill.
I'll pay it. I will always have cable. Yes, I pay for Peacock and Hulu. My girl has a few as well, so she pays it. But like, yeah, I pay for Netflix and other things, but
I just canceled my Netflix.
You did?
Bro, $26 a month?
That's kind of crazy.
I was paying $7.
What's your favorite service? Because I mean, I hate to be cliche. ESPN, obviously, because all the sports for me,
Honestly, ESPN is like low for me just because the app crashes on me a lot. I don't think it's that good.
Doing that to me as of late.
Me personally,
I haven't had a problem with Paramount through the UFC. It's been. And I think
it's got to be regionally because I hear out west different reviews and out east different, north, south.
Netflix is really big. I like Netflix. I like Peacock. I thought you were going to
hit us with the Disney.
Nah.
Disney's
good. On Disney now.
Disney's great. It has all the classics, but honestly, number one, HBO Max or Max, I guess.
I put you on.
Because you got The Sopranos, you have Game of Thrones, you have all my screams,
and now they have sports. Now they have live
Exactly.
sports.
Hey,
They're
boxing?
getting to the live streaming as well. So I've been a huge, HBO guys, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have to go with YouTube. Like I feel like YouTube is the best platform, bro.
Yeah, but YouTube
Yo, are you paying
TV's
for it?
too much money.
Is
No,
he
no,
paying for it?
no, YouTube in general. Like
Okay.
I used to have YouTube TV. Now I got cable. I like HBO Max. I like these other things, but I feel like I feel like YouTube needs to step up.
Yo, MLB
YouTube
TV
is
they have the contract with YouTube TV, don't they?
yeah, but I feel like
Yeah, they do.
more shit should be on YouTube.com for free.
I
Like
agree.
YouTube, the app. More
In
things
this
should be.
world,
As long as they can make revenue, and that's where you get ad placement. As long as they can find a way to monetize it, go for the free screaming.
Put an ad every inning. You'll make money.
Yeah. That's right. I believe it.
Joe, what's yours?
I said
you said
ESPN.
ESPN?
Even though
He's
like
a
you said,
boomer.
yeah, I have had the streaming issues, but that's the thing. It's honestly, Paramount's been killing me. You know how that goes.
I actually really like Paramount. I think they have good shows as well.
Not for nothing. I had Peacock for like 3 months. Peacock was fire. Not for nothing. They have a lot of shows. Yeah, Peacock. I don't have it no more, but I was a fan of Peacock. I like.
If you are, watch the show Traders. Me and my girl have been binge watching it. Great show. It's like, I love the tea. You know me. I love getting into the tea. So it's like it's good. People turning their back on each other. It's fire.
Hell yeah.
And for all the listeners, before we get into it, one last thing for all the listeners out there that are like me, I think Netflix is bugging out for charging $26. That's why I canceled it. They're bugging. So I would advise to cancel Netflix.
No more, right? Like you can't be away from where you got it, and it won't work.
You can, but you got to. That's why mine's $26 because I let my mom use it.
Wow.
I was like, bro, for $26, hell no. I'd rather get HBO Max. So I got HBO Max.
So they're saying I typed in what's the most expensive TV subscriptions. They said Hulu plus live TV, no ads, is considered the highest. It's $100 a month. See, I'm good with cable at that point. Live TV, I'm good with cable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I got I got Verizon, so it's phone, Wi-Fi.
That's what I was gonna say. For $100, you get phone and internet.
Yeah, exactly. They're bugging out. Hulu. I think Hulu's trash.
Is this still Optimum up there by you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. But technically it's Hulu, Disney, and ESPN.
No, because I only see Spectrum down here, and I thought maybe
you still in the sticks, my boy.
That's right. You ain't never heard of HTC,
not gonna lie, I had Spectrum. I had down in Maryland as well. That shit's trash.
Not good. Yeah, that's
good.
why I got honestly. I got like the T-Mobile, one phone and internet deal. I get the phone and I get the home.
Hey, shout out Verizon. People say it's expensive, and it might be a little more. But I ain't gonna lie, my Wi-Fi been on point since.
I've had it for a better part of my life, and I kind of miss it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, honestly, I think he put me on because I had other things, and
I always told Dylan get Verizon.
Did he sold you FiOS? He sold you FiOS.
Nah, he ain't sell. He could have if he worked for them.
Yeah.
And I looked into it, and it was a little more. But I ain't gonna lie, that shit been great.
Not a hiccup.
Not a hiccup. That shit
rain, sleet, snow, money.
No winter storm.
No, DirecTV, you'll never get connection if any of that happens.
They'll lie to you, DirecTV. They'll say, "Oh, we fixed our satellite."
Where?
I got no connection.
Where?
I was B2B. I was door to door. I remember selling Verizon and all that. It was fun time.
That must have been difficult.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Sales
I would have been like, get the fuck off my property, boy.
It's dinner time. I gotta feed the kids, bro.
Oh my god, that's too funny. All right, boys, let's get into it. By the way, the bracket's done. How did you do on Saturday? Because for me, I did really good. Honestly, it was probably one of my best days. The second round's been much better. We cover there with Michigan State. Houston covers. They blow out Texas A&M. Duke winds up covering as well.
11.5.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing we didn't get there was St. Louis. Michigan wind up pulling away. They're really good, man. Joe, good call on Illinois.
I was gonna say I had Illinois minus the 10.5. They covered.
Yes, they did. They won by almost 20.
I was gonna say Arkansas as well, minus 11.5.
No,
No.
High Point covered.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I missed
Yeah.
there, but hey, you know what? On the back here, the two dogs taking Texas and Nebraska. That was a great game.
Oh, yeah, Texas covered because they won outright. Texas. They
It
beat
hurt me. I didn't fade his ass. I really didn't.
Mark Few has been in Gonzaga for, I want to say 10 years now, never won a national championship. I like Mark Few. I think he's a good coach, but you got to go. Like
At least make the final game.
Yeah.
At least make it. You've been there for
yeah, Elvis. I always threw like Gonzaga, unfortunately, with like the talent they can pull, and like even though we see how good they do in the West Coast Conference, like a Xavier or a Butler. You know what I mean? Like
To me,
the talent they pull, but
to me, they're talented. They remind me of Houston. You know, I'm one that has picked Houston to win them. I think 2 Final Four appearances and 1 national title. They only got there once after all the years I predicted it. So, you know, you can have some expectations, but at the end of the day, we know this tournament is one of the hardest tournaments in the world. That's why we all love the Cinderella story, because we would love to see High Point knock off Gonzaga. You know, that's what we want to see. So it's not really like we're rooting for them. You know, we would like to see them go there, but we'd rather see, you know, one of these 10th ranked, 9th ranked, 11th ranked teams knock them off.
And you got to give credit to Sean Miller, the coach out of Texas. This is the 3rd team he's brought to the Sweet 16: Xavier, Arizona, and now Texas. So he out coached Mark Few, and that's the bottom line. Good call. Your team is still in it with Illinois making it to the Sweet. And honestly, they made it look easy. They won the first game by over 20. They beat VCU by over 20. They're gliding in. Joe,
I'm the only
call. Yeah,
I'm the only one left with a final pick.
No, I got Duke. Duke's
all right. Nice.
I have Arizona and Duke.
Yeah,
I think
they're a wagon. We'll get to them, but Joe, great call on the Cornhuskers. That was a great game between them and Vanderbilt.
Yeah, man. Vandy's good. I think you got to give credit to the SEC. Like their elevation of competition throughout the years has been excellent. So they're getting better and better ball teams, and I just think, looking at Nebraska last year, hoping that they would get their first win. Now the momentum's rolling. They got that win now. They got that monkey off their back, and now they're just piling wins together. They could shoot the ball. Man, you know I was high on Nebraska. I had them beating Michigan to get their O off the board. Didn't happen, but I should have taken the points. You were sharp about that back in the day.
Shout out my boy, the American Italian, John Calipari, Arkansas, getting them to the Sweet 16, defeating High Point. High Point covered, though, so we do get there. Sunday, it's been a good game. It's been great to me. We get there with Purdue. They cover the 7.5 early.
Yep, they got 10-point victory, right?
Yep, they won by 10. Iowa State, the Cyclones, they were only up by 1 by half, but then they blew it open in the second half.
That's another team besides Houston for you, right? Iowa State, watch out.
Yeah. I said Iowa State 316, Illinois 316, St. John's 316.
And another American Italian at the buzzer. They didn't cover the 3.
I picked the plus 3.5 with Kansas, so I was happy. I thought it wasn't going to cover, and then if it went to overtime, that's where dogs go to die. And great call on you, though, because they ended the game on like a 16 or 17-4 run to cover the number. They were down by 10, Kansas, late within like 34 minutes to go. I'm sitting there with a minus 3.5, like, I'm good. I don't get, nope. So, yeah, shout out you. And right now we do have a couple games going on. Florida down at half, 33-31, only by 2 points. Arizona's up 7 against Utah State. And Virginia and Tennessee's in a nail biter, 72-71 with 47 seconds left. So it's been them just
gotta love it,
right?
Yeah,
back and forth.
Yeah, so
I like the plus 1.5 I'm getting in that game then if it's back and forth like that.
We also have 2 games left. UCLA taking on UConn laying 4.5, and then we have Bama, Texas Tech laying 1.5 here in the Midwest region.
I'm with you boys in UCLA. I took the plus 4.5 with UCLA.
I actually laid it with UConn.
I laid it with Texas Tech.
Love it.
Yeah.
UConn always makes it right. UCLA always makes the Sweet 16. So I wouldn't be surprised they pulled off the upset, to be honest. Wouldn't be surprised.
Joe, any words on one of your Final Four teams being gone? Villanova.
Oh, let's make sure. I'm pretty sure I had Duke, Arizona, I had Michigan, and I did actually follow Elvis, and I had Illinois.
I'm telling you.
Didn't you have Villanova?
I was going to say the one bracket that there's the second bracket I made where I had Villanova up there So it's still the same. It was Villanova over Arizona, but I still had Michigan, Illinois, and Duke. So I think that St. John's and Duke game is going to be honestly one of the best games of the tournament.
Oh, I can't wait. Let me see if there's even lines up for that, because that is going to be must-see TV. Yeah, for Thursday, Illinois taking on Houston. Great game. Houston's laying 2.5. Texas and Purdue. Purdue's laying 7.5. And then Duke St. John's Friday afternoon. The Dukies are laying 6.5.
Whoa.
Might be a little too many points.
Yeah,
I like taking the points in the Sweet
after
16.
letting Kansas do all that to him, I can understand the line though. I can understand why Duke's getting the 6.5, given the 6.5.
Yeah,
so
should be good. We'll cover that on either Wednesday or Friday. But
yeah, I'll see if I can make it for you boys on Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get into the MLB. But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor, brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks. So just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching March Madness, it doesn't matter. Our flavors pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, boys, let's get into it. MLB Futures. I kind of want to go in order. We'll work our way all the way to the World Series. We don't need to go through every team because we would be here for hours, even though that would be fun. We'll start division to division. We don't have to hit every team, but any team you do like or you have a play, we will start with that. I want to start in the AL East. I generally think it's the best division in baseball. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, the 3 teams up there are powerhouses. They literally are. You had the Yankees, who just won 94 games last season. You got the Toronto Blue Jays, who were a centimeter away from winning the whole thing last year
against the Dodgers.
Exactly. And you have the Boston Red Sox, who just keep getting better and better.
Yes.
Baltimore is also good.
Solid.
You got to keep an eye out for them and their improvement.
And
you can have
Tampa Bay is good.
Yeah, you can have possibly 4 80+ win teams just off the
all 4 make the
AOEs.
playoffs, Elvis?
No. I think 3 can max. Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, the AO Central are gonna have something to say about that.
We'll start with your team. It's the Boston Red Sox. They have the second best odds to come out of the division at plus 270 right now, which honestly, I don't mind. Their win total is sitting at 87.5. It continued to gradually come up now to make the playoffs for the Boston Red Sox. Obviously, they are favored at minus 172. First, I guess, before your bets, tell me your thoughts on the Red Sox. What are we feeling here this year?
To be honest, I'm a little excited about the season. The pitching staff, is better than what we came into last season, so that's a bright spot. And, coming off the World Baseball Classic, I could confidently say we're going to have a top 3 outfield. Definitely a top 5 outfield. Our outfield is going to be electric. Duran, Anthony, I think Roman Anthony could honestly be very special. I saw him, his MVP number, I think it's plus 2,000, plus 2,200, maybe worth a sprinkle on that. Alex Cora coming back. I still think he's a great coach. I love our chances this year. Don't get me wrong. This is the highest, the most confident I've been in the Red Sox since like the 2020 season, 2019 season. I can honestly say that because, we got a true number 1 to Crochet. I understand he's not, but set close last season is no doubt. Chapman was the best closer in baseball from July to October. There's no debating that. I think he hasn't let up a run since August. Not one run since August. So if we could get into the 9th, close game, I think our bets are better, and I think not for nothing, our bullpen with Chapman at the closer It's pretty damn elite, though. I love our chances. Give me to win the division plus 270. Give me the win total over 87.5 wins. I think we can win at least 95 games, not for nothing.
95.
I'm going to go to 100, but I'm going to say if we stay healthy,
Wow.
95 wins.
Yeah, health is going to be a big thing. And I think you're right about Chapman. Like at the end of that stretch, batters had to have been batting under 200 against. He was practically unhittable.
He was unhittable since August 1st. Not one run.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm all over Boston here as well. I like their win total over 87.5. I like them to make the playoffs. It's a little chalky at minus 172, but I got plus 300. Shop around. I'm going to take them to win the division as well. Despite injuries, think that, like he said, top heavy rotation. They won 89 games last year. You know, some regression maybe from Chapman, but I like Brian Bello, what I saw from him out of the WBC. Yeah. A few others are going to be good. So, you know, regardless, they are demanding a lot of, I think, massive upside from their young guys. So it's not going to surprise anyone how good Roman Anthony. He's going to be an all-star. I like Wilson Contreras replacing Alex Bregman. So as long as the veterans don't fall off a cliff, the offense, I think, is better than people think. Mm-hmm. They have Crochet. They paid a lot of money for Ranger Suarez. Well. He's going to be your 2. It is interesting how they're going to have SP 1 and 2 both lefties. That's an interesting move. And I think the one thing I think a lot of people are not touching on, I think they have the best manager in the division in Alex Cora as well.
Yo, isn't Crochet righty though?
No, Crochet's the lefty. No, big leg kick.
Oh, is it Sonny Gray lefty too?
No, he's righty.
No, he's righty. So I think Sonny Gray.
Lefty.
I think
no,
Sonny
it's lefty,
Gray.
lefty, right.
So Ranger Suarez is number 2.
Yeah.
No, I think I think Sonny Gray might be number 2.
That's what I was thinking. I
mean, look at the numbers you pay Ranger Suarez. He is not going to be a number 3.
You don't think that?
All I know is
the best manager.
All I know is come playoff time, we only need those 3.
Definitely gonna.
I like Sonny Gray back in the day, but he's fallen off.
What is he? 34 now? Yeah, he's older.
Yeah, he's a little, But is he still above average? Absolutely. Is he better than our 3rd spot last year? Absolutely.
Yeah. Joe, what are your thoughts?
I honestly, I gotta sense some regression. And here's the thing: I think a lot of it for the Yankees is depending on Aaron Judge's health. I think if he's injured at all during the season, the Yankees are not going to perform well. Look what they've done.
Yeah, if he misses 40 games, that's a under 500 stretch.
And the Blue Jays have a really good pitching staff, but I just sense getting to the World Series and after that letdown coming, like Dylan said, within an inch, I sense a little regression there as well. So I'm higher on the Orioles and the Red Sox. I think those are 2 teams that, Craig Albernaz is an underrated manager here. Look what he did with Stephen Voigt and back-to-back manager of the years and the Guardians. So I think definitely for both the NL and AL, we'll get new manager of the years, but I am high on the Orioles and I'm high on the Red Sox. It could be a toss-up for either. I have both of them making the playoffs, right? To win the division, that's where I might not want to lay it because maybe you do get healthy Aaron Judge, and maybe I guess the Yankees can kind of, throw a wrench in the plans for those 2 teams. You get worried. You get questions about the Orioles bullpen, maybe some of the young starters that they have as well. And it was a little more definitive with the Red Sox, but then I think you have questions outside of Chapman in the bullpen. So it's just about health in the lineups and how they're going to produce. Is the Pete Alonso incoming going to actually improve their runs scored, right? So I'm high on both the Orioles and the Red Sox. I think they can come out of the AL East as opposed to the teams in the past that have.
Yeah, real quick on the other teams. I think the Yankees number, it's come down though. The win total from 93, it's down to 90.5. I feel like it's come down a little too much. They're basically the same team as last year who won 94 games. The Yankees have won 369 games over the last 4 years. That's 4th in the majors. And to still think to fans that they've underachieved. So I don't know, man. They got some good guys. Cody Bellinger, Austin Wells, Jazz Chisholm, Ben Rice. We'll see. I don't know. I kind of like their pitching. I think it's underrated. Obviously, Garrett Cole, they're getting back. Cam Schittler, Will Warren, Ryan Weathers. they're good.
I like how you called them that.
Yeah. I like Toronto. I think they're good. I think 3 teams are going to make the playoffs. I like to finish 4th, like an exacto for the Baltimore Orioles at plus 240. I like that as well. I think they're good. Yeah, they added Tyler Ward. They added the Polar Bear and Pete Alonso.
Helsley.
Hansley sucked for the Mets. So
that's just indicative of the Mets.
Or he's just terrible. So
watch him light it up with most saves this year, bro.
No, I don't know.
Maybe 30. Maybe 30.
That's a hard division, bro. I see a lot of
how many one game? I remember Orioles losing a lot of 1-run games last year. So if they could turn that around, then I think
maybe they trade. Maybe they trade for another pitcher, but maybe they have more belief in Trevor Rogers and Kyle Bradish than I do. But
that's fair.
I don't know.
They're leaning on their lineup heavy.
Yeah, and their pitching is not good. They're in the hardest division. I don't know. I think everyone is the three teams we just mentioned in the Yankees, Red Sox, and the Blue Jays. They're all 90+ win teams. Mm-hmm. There are losses they're not going to win 90 games. We're not going to have 4 teams winning 90 games.
Not happening.
It's a 3-horse race. So yeah,
one of those teams is going to draw the short end of the stick.
Exactly. So yeah, we're all agreeing on the Boston Red Sox here. Let's go to the AL Central. Obviously, Tigers plus 115. You got the Royals at plus 210. Cleveland Guardians at plus 420. Minnesota plus 950. And Chicago 20-1. Joe, I'll lead it off with you. What are you thinking here?
There's always a year where the Kansas City Royals show up and they ruin a lot of people's days. But no, I think the White Sox, we can pretty much eliminate the White Sox and the Royals out of there. But, you AJ Hinch with the Detroit Tigers, a lot of improvement coming out of that department. Like I mentioned, Stephen Voigt, he's a great manager for the Guardians. And Jose Ramirez, I think, is one of the most underrated players in MLB history. Let's just not regard the last 10 years. I think if you look at his numbers and what he's done and his importance for that team, Jose Ramirez is up there. And what's the other one more team out of the AL Central? What am I drawing a blank? I had Guardians, Tigers. I said Royals and White Sox are out of it. What's the one I missed?
Twins, Minnesota.
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately for the Twins, they themselves can't really get out of the way. If they make the playoffs, they wind up losing to the Yankees every first round, right? So, I think in this one, as competitive as the AL East can be, I think those teams getting their 90 wins, you're going to get some losses picked up in the AL Central, the bottom tier teams, and maybe some out west. But I think 2 teams can look to win it. Tigers, obviously, with AJ Hinch, Stephen Voigt with the Guardians. I'm going to actually go, if you're getting plus 400 to win the division and back-to-back manager of the years with Stephen Voigt. Yeah, he loses Craig Alvarez, as I mentioned, to the Orioles as his bench coach, but I feel like the staff there is going to be able to support him, and I feel like they'll be able to win it. I think they'll be able to pull. It's going to be close. It's going to, as it always is in the Central divisions, they're going to have a 1 or 2 game lead, and that's going to be the deciding factor. 1 or 2 games is going to actually win it, and you're going to get plus 400 for the Guardians, who won it a couple years in a row now. You got to take that.
What do you think here, E, for Central?
Oh, I love Joe's take. I'm with the Tigers. I'm gonna take the Tigers to win the division plus 115. I think they're the team to beat in the division. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna also take a shot. I like the Guardians. I think 70.5 wins. It's a little low. Don't get me wrong. They did lose some pieces, but I think the Guardians are always steady, especially if they're healthy. They're a borderline playoff team, in my opinion. So give me the Guardians over 70.5 wins. Give me the Guardians to make the playoffs at plus 235, Tigers to win the division. I know you don't love it, Dale, but if they're healthy, I give them a shot to win 84-ish games to possibly sneak in.
I just feel like the Central, right, if they're going to have that low of a mark of wins, they're going to be competing against teams in the AL West and East for that 5th or 6th spot.
All you got to do is win the division. You can win the division. We all know. I done seen somebody win the Central with 81 wins.
Oh, it's happened.
It happened. Trust me.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree more here. I'm sorry. I think the White Sox are going to be a little better. I like over 67.5 wins. My favorite bet is actually Cleveland under. This team is not good. We're going to see some regression. Under 78.5 wins. They won the last 2 titles, like E said. I see 75, 76. They did nothing to improve this team, and they're banking on what Joe said, a 33-year-old Jose Ramirez to carry this lineup. Cleveland ranked 28th in the majors in WRC plus out of 87. This lineup is just not good to win 3 straight divisions. I also don't like their rotation. Their rotation ranked 17th in the MLB in fielding independent after ranking 24th in 2024. So, maybe I'm wrong and they do win 3 in a row, but there's going to be regression from this team. I actually like the Royals here. I think the value is going to be with them. I think the number at 82.5, I think it's spot on, but I'm going to take it. I feel like there's some upside for this team, and I feel like this division is closer than people think. They had actually one of the worst outfields in MLB last year. Then they traded for Isaac Collins, who came in 4th in NL Rookie of the Year race last year. And I think, Jack Caglione, our Italian guy, he's going to improve as well. He's a good bat in that bullpen or in that lineup. And then you got Bobby Witt Jr., who is an absolute star. Miguel Garcia, who we just saw a breakout season from last year in the WRC. He is good. You got Carter Jansen, top contender in AL Rookie of the Race. And then Salvador Perez.
He's the catcher, right?
No, Salvador Perez is.
No, but there's a rookie catcher for the Royals who's learning from Sal Perez. Is it Carter Jensen?
Yeah, Carter Jensen, but he's not going to get a lot of playing time. But he's good. He'll see the field, but it's Salvador Perez's field. And
if there's no other else to learn from, it's Sal.
Yeah, Perez will probably get like 20 games at DH, something like that. Maybe a little more.
And who did we not see a lot last year? Cole Reagans. He only made 13
Cole Reagans,
starts.
Seth Lugo, Michael Walker. These are veterans right here.
If he's healthy, this team is sneaky good. So I'm on the over. I think they're good. Yeah, it was cool to see Justin Verlander go back to Detroit, but I'm going to bank on the Royals. That's my team here.
Yeah, now looking at it, I think the pitching staffs are going to have to weigh heavy in AL Central. And though, the plus money is speaking to me in my first digression, man, I'm looking at the Tigers. The 1-2 punch between Skubal and Valdez is going to be insane. I think both you guys saying the Tigers makes me want to now hop on board. And I think I'm with you as well, D, on the over with the Royals. But you just always got to say the Guardians, they play that come from behind style of baseball that just is always a thorn in the side for teams. And that's why I love them.
And you got to remember, too, the Tigers collapsed. They were up, 15, 20 games, and the Guardians came roaring back. I don't think that happens again.
I think he saw that last year. If I was watching you guys a little bit, you were saying something. It was like, watch out for their come from behind here because Tigers started getting hurt. And
they're just sneakily good. They're not like a blow you out. Wow, we think the Guardians are true contenders. No, but can they sneak around in the division and win 80 games? I think so. I think it's the Tigers division to lose, though. I think with their pitching staff, I think they're young bulls on the lineup as well. We saw them emerge last season. Like Dylan said, they blew like a 15-game division lead. I think we will see a similar type season without blowing the lead.
All right, let's go to the AL West. You got Seattle favorites -105. You got the Houston Astros +270. Texas Rangers +330. The Athletics 4th at 13-1. And then the Angels are terrible, 27-1 there, the 5th. I'm going to come back to you. You're going to start us off here. AL West favorite bets in this division.
Kill me. Do it. Say what you want. Give me the Texas Rangers +330. I know you might not love it. My boy, Jacob deGrom is back. We saw this team just a couple years ago be elite. I understand we lost some guys now, but I think the Rangers could regain some magic. If they can stay healthy, I could see a good season from the Texas Rangers. Give me the division +330. Don't get me wrong. Astros, I don't have that much faith in the Astros.
Veteran, though. A lot of
veterans, yeah, but if I'm going to take a shot,
Alvarez.
Yeah, if I'm going to take a shot, give me the Texas Rangers +330 to win the division.
Joe, what do you like here for the AL West?
Honestly, what's the over-under for the Athletics?
Let me go to
I think it's 72.
I've always been a Mark Kotze guy. And, with the Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz, young
75.5.
That's a lot. Damn. Really?
Yeah.
75?
But it ain't the same Athletics, though.
They got some young guys who are really good, bro.
Yeah. So, you know what? I was going to say the over just because I want to see the A's do well, but 75 is high. So I might have to stay away from it. I like the young Texas Rangers lineup, but it's just the health with the pitching staff that worries me. Jacob deGrom is never healthy. It never is. Even though he has Cy Young candidacy, even at his 30 years of age, it's just, is he going to be there for the starts you need him to be? Houston Astros, they need Jeremy Pena. I think he's a catalyst for the team. If he's not there for a good part of the beginning of the season, which I hear he's not, going to be, still recovering, I think that can kind of let them fall from behind early. And you don't win the division early in the season, but you certainly can lose it. So, yeah, it's probably the Mariners. What's coach's name again? Wilson, right? Tom Wilson?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, pitching staff is from top to bottom, 1 through 6. Let's not even talk about just 5. 1 through 6, they have really good pitching staff. That lineup is stacked. I think you're going to see them trying to get back what they lost in the Game 7 of the ALCS. So, yeah, I think it's a Mariners division to lose. I would go over. I would get them win the division. Yeah, those are the two I think I would set up for them.
Yeah, it's Dan Wilson.
Dan Wilson, sorry, not Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson's the enforcer for the Caps, ain't he?
Yes. Tom Wilson. But yeah, you mentioned it. Logan Gilbert, he's going to start opening day, who I think sprinkle a little on him to win Cy Young. George Kirby, Luis Castillo, Brian Wu, Bryce Miller. They arguably have the best rotation in the MLB. I was going to blow my nose, but I'll go into it. Seattle's the best team in the AL for me. I'm taking them to win the division. I'm taking them to win 89.5 games. That's their win total. I am taking them to win the World Series. I'm taking them to win the AL pennant at plus 500. I mean, they had a stellar year last year. They won 90 games, and they won their first division since 2001. And they came one win away from winning the pennant last year.
Is that the best record in MLB history, that 2001 team?
I don't remember.
I think the Seattle Mariners that year, Edgar Martinez, Alex Rodriguez, Ichiro Suzuki, Ken Griffey Jr. That was one of the greatest lineups ever. And I think that is the most wins from a regular season team in MLB history is that 2001 Seattle Mariners team.
I think that's the most wins that didn't win at all.
Yeah, exactly. They did not win it all. They're still a team that has not won the World Series. I thought they would make it last year, but Blue Jays, it was a team of destiny for them. Unfortunately, destined to lose a little bit towards those Dodgers.
Yeah, and their big offseason was trading for Brandon Donovan. Great versatile player. He's going to stabilize the top of their lineup. And honestly, it makes sense why the Mariners really didn't do much else this winter. Their roster is solid across. You had Kyle Raleigh, who finished runner-up in the AL MVP at 60 home runs. Julio Rodriguez batting behind him is great. Their pitching, we just mentioned their starting rotation is legit. Their pitching staff ranked 6th overall in projected WAR this upcoming season. They finished 3rd last year with 15.8% walk to strikeout ratio. And, I just think they have multiple guys in that rotation that could be Cy Young candidates. So they won 90 games last season. There's no reason for me to believe that they won't win 90 again. So, yeah, I'm on that. I'm on Houston to miss the playoffs at minus 113 as well. I think regression's coming for them. Joe mentioned Pena's going to be hurt to start the season. Yordan Alvarez, as electric and good as he is, he's another guy that gets injured a lot.
And they're putting a lot into Amai after losing Valdez. Like, we don't know how good Amai is going to be. He's not a Yamamoto or anything like that. So
it's a lot. I don't think they're going to recover as well. Texas, I think they're a sneaky team if they stay healthy. Jacob deGrom, I love him to death, but that guy can't stay on the field either.
Now, what's their win over under?
83.5. Yeah, give me the over for the Rangers. 83.5 at minus 106. Rangers to make the play. Yeah, Rangers to make the playoffs plus 118. I'm with you. I'm on the under Astros 85.5 wins. I just don't see that. Don't get me wrong. We all respect the Astros. They're not cheating like they were 6 years ago. But I just feel like this division is solid, and I just don't see the Astros being a top 2 team in it. So give me Astros to miss the playoffs minus 113. Astros under 85.5 wins, and I'm with the Rangers and Seattle. I honestly expect some regression from Seattle. My whole life they haven't been good. To see them be that great, I need to see them do it again.
Yeah, it'll be
never in my life they did it twice.
They said one of the best hitters ballparks besides Yankee Stadium and Coors Field is that little ballpark out in Sacramento for the Athletics.
Let's go to the NL East, where our New York Mets are the favorite to win the division at plus 135. Phillies plus 190. Braves plus 230. Marlins 27-1. And the Nationals 100-1. Sprinkle on the Nationals to have the worst record in the league. That's
Worse
no,
than the
I'm
White
serious.
Sox?
No, yeah, they have a chance. I'll tell
I'm
you
a
that.
big James Woods guy.
They're
James Woods
they're
guy,
they're the highest favorite to miss the playoffs at like minus 10,000.
Yeah, they're trash.
Yeah, I never saw that minus 10,000 to miss the playoffs
not?
is crazy. Yeah, to not
Joe,
make the
I'll-
playoffs minus 10,000.
Joe, I'll start with you. Thoughts on our Mets, or I guess any team you like here in the East?
With like I said, with these new coming managers, you got to look at the Braves and how injured they were last year and expect them to go over their over under. I think Walt Weiss or Wise, however you pronounce his name, is going to be in running for manager of the year. I think they're going to be turning their season on the head. You know, they give the Mets fits every time they go into Atlanta. I went to a couple games last year down here, and the Mets just shit the bed every single time. So I think the Braves out of that division could go over their win total. I get hesitant about the Phillies. You see what the guys they're relying on, these old veterans, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, and look what they did at the WBC. And granted, it's a different environment, but I just think of things to come. If these guys at their age aren't able to put it together, then the Phillies don't have a shot. I don't care how strong their pitching staff is. I feel like they're really relying on those two guys. Trey Turner, of course, but still, it's these two guys. Like, if they're not hitting the ball, they're not hitting the ball out of the park. I just don't see the middle lineup Phillies going to be doing that all too well. And yeah, the Mets, all the moves that were made. Obviously, I'm not mentioning the Nationals or the Marlins, but the Marlins can play sport to a lot of teams in terms of what they want to do and win games. But I do have a flyer out for a couple players and a manager for the Mets. I have them to win the division. I think that's a bet that we got to make. All the moves that Stearns has made here to get us over the hump. If this doesn't work, I think he's probably gone, to be honest with you. Right. So I do think the onus is on the team to actually get these wins, play together as a unit, not have any drama in the clubhouse. And if they can win the division, I see them, outside of the NL West, the Dodgers, right? It's really coming down to only a few teams. Yeah. You can talk about some teams in the Central next, but I think any team coming out of the NL East is going to, be right up with the Dodgers for making the World Series. So yeah, got to go with the Mets, got to back them to win the division. And I got a couple more things for you for that team.
All right, E, what do you got here for my darlings?
To go back to your statement earlier, Joe, I'm kind of surprised you said the AL East the best division in baseball. Kind of surprised you didn't say NL, with your Mets, but I can make the case when healthy. NL East is probably one of the most exciting divisions in baseball. You got the Braves, when healthy, they're pretty damn good. You got your Mets, who, not for nothing, are contenders. I can't deny they are contenders if the pitching staff can step up and, Juan Soto and company. Philadelphia, I love Philadelphia. Well, I'm not a huge fan of Philadelphia, but I have a lot of respect for them. I think they're solid. And not for nothing, I think Miami Marlins, not saying they're going to make the playoffs or anything like that, but I think they'll go over their win total. Let's just say that. To win the division, I think the Mets are live. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna take the Philadelphia Phillies. I think their pitching staff is pretty good. I'm gonna trust them to be a little more healthier than the Mets. So I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia. I'm gonna say Eagles, Phillies plus 190 to win the division. Give me the Miami Marlins over 72.5 wins. Little ballsy there. I'll be the first one to admit that. I think the Marlins could win 70, 75 games, maybe. I'm going to take the shot. Give me the Marlins over 72.5 wins. Give me Philly over 89.5 wins, which I agree. I think that number is kind of spot on. I think they'll win 90 to 94 games max, maybe 95. Don't see a 100-win team here. But I think it's Philly wins the division. Looking around the Mets, wouldn't be surprised if the Mets win the division, but give me Philly over. Give me Marlins over. I gotta respect the Mets as well. And like Dylan said, Nationals might be the worst team in baseball.
All right, for me, I will. Well, I already started with the Nationals. They're terrible. I'll start with the Phillies. I wish I got the opening number at 91.5. It's come down to 89.5. I don't think they had a good off season. They lost out on Bo Bichette. They lost Ranger Suarez to the Red Sox. And I think the biggest question mark with this team is what are we going to see out of Zach Wheeler when he comes back from Tommy John surgery?
Yep.
That's a very valid question.
It's an aging team as well. Rob
Yeah.
Thompson, I'm not big on as a manager either.
No, I don't think he's good. The lineup is all right, but I just think there's so many question marks and holes in this team, and we're looking at a roster. And you mentioned it, Joe. Look at some of these guys; they're all on the wrong side of 30. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Adolis Garcia, JT Real Muto. Yeah, they're good, but they're on the bad side of 30. They're not a young 30. They're 35, 36 now. So I don't know. They just gave Kyle Schwarber 150 million. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, because
I'm on the under
later.
Yeah, I'm on the under there. Braves, I know the Braves are everyone's darlings, and there's value with them. Honestly, I want no parts with Atlanta this year as well. I mean, the numbers come down. It started at 90.5. I see it at 88.5, their win total. And I think I agree with the line movement. I think it's all dependent on health for them as well. They're already dealing with an injury to their starting pitching rotation. And we're not even in opening day yet. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of question marks with this team as well. I don't like their lineup outside of number 1 and 2 in Ronald Acuna Jr. and Matt Olson. I'm not a big Judson Profar guy.
What's up, Riley, right? He's good bat.
Who?
Austin
Riley. Yeah, he's good. Michael Shazemski, he's all right. Ozzy Albies is okay. Gets on base. I like Michael Harris, but I don't know. I'm fading this team. I agree, though, with you, E. I like the over 72.5 for Miami. I mean, they won 79 games last year.
Yeah.
Tell you, they'll be all right.
And for the market to come down, 7 games from that? I think is a stretch. So I think they could have a similar season than we saw last year. Maybe not 79, but 75, 76. I like the direction they're going. I think their outfield is strong. They have great starters, and they just signed Pete Fairbanks this offseason. So he's a great reliever. I like it. You got Sandy Alcantara, who 2 years removed from Cy Young.
You can't get Bro off the mound either.
Yuri Perez, Max Meyer, Braxton Garrett. I think arguably they have the second best rotation in the division behind the Mets.
Yeah.
So I'm high. I don't think that is a stretch. I think a lot of people are going to be high on the Marlins because they are feisty.
They could be a 500 ball club. They can improve on their 79 win season last year.
And obviously, I am a Met fan. There is no surprise that I was shocked and worried that Uncle Steve wasn't doing anything, but
Stearns or whoever.
Well, Uncle Steve he's the owner, but yeah,
he's spending money.
I took the over 89.5 wins. I want a better number for the division. Maybe you'll get a better number in season, but yeah, I'm on them. I think the pieces are there. I think the team is better than last year's team. And I think there was a lot of drama in the clubhouse. Apparently those guys aren't there anymore.
Nope.
So that's a positive.
I hate for Nimmo. I think the value with Nimmo trading him was what they needed to do, right? They traded him, right?
Yeah, to the Rangers.
I think it was Jeff McNeil and Pete Alonso. I think
from what I've read, it was all Nimmo and Jeff McNeil. It wasn't really much Pete Alonso. It wasn't Pete.
I thought it was
and not for
none. Nimmo. I thought Nimmo was
and McNeil was a fan favorite. Let's not forget.
I wouldn't say that. No,
not anymore.
Not anymore. Keyword, not anymore.
No, I think the middle of our defense is one of the best in the league. We got Francisco Lindor is going to be ready. You got obviously Marcus Semien at second base. You got center fielder in Luis Robert Jr., who we are getting at a very discounted price. We are moving Juan Soto to left field. You got Jorge Polanco at first base. Carson Bench, rookie of the year, 22-1. This guy is legit. He's hitting 400 in spring training. He leads the team in hits. He is going to be on our opening day roster. This guy is legit. 22-1, Carson Bench for rookie of the year. Our rotation is Freddie Peralta, starting pitcher number 1. I love that move. I hope we can sign him to a long-term deal. We got David Peterson, who just got confirmed as starting pitcher 2. You got 3 in Clay Holmes, 4 David Peterson, 5 Kodai Senga, and they actually put Sean Manaea at 6.
Hey, where's Nigel McLean?
He's going to be there, but I think he's like a 3 or 4. He didn't really do good in the WBC.
I mean, he's facing the best batters in the world in his quote unquote rookie season.
Yeah.
He's favored for rookie of the year over Carson Bench, but I just got to give
you never
credit.
want to put a starting pitcher like that.
That's what I was going to say. I'd rather put my value in a everyday player than a pitcher.
Yeah.
And I also like Tobias Myers, who we got in that trade as well. I think he's a solid bullpen piece as well. Obviously, I'm sad to see one Diaz go.
Yeah,
no, not Pete. Yeah. Especially to the Dodgers, because like Joe said, if outside of the Dodgers, the Mets are the second best to come out of the NL. But I am expected to see maybe some like a rebound year from Devin Williams from the Yankees. So I don't know. I like the moves that they made. I think we are better defensively, and I think we're a better team pitching wise as well. So I'm all in on the Mets. Sorry, it was long winded, but that's my team. I had a lot to say about
we'll have to rattle off all the Futures awards when we get after.
Yeah, we'll get into that. NL Central though. I'll go back to you. Cubs plus 115 as the favorite. Brewers plus 230. Reds 500. Pirates plus 550, and then the Cardinals, they take a major step back at 30-1.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are done. The great Cardinals teams that we witnessed growing up from 01 to 20 to early Mike Trout days. I think those days are over.
At least we got to see
St. Louis
Arenado with 10 Glow Gloves in a row.
Platinum.
Yeah. So we saw some greatness there.
Baseball is better when the Cardinals are good. I got to say.
Yeah. Shout out St. Louis. It was great growing up. Chicago, don't get me wrong. I think Chicago, what they did last season was good. Can they replicate that? Possibly. I think they'll be pretty good. But give me the Brew Crew plus 230. We saw them get able to sneak into the playoffs. I think they're gonna bounce back.
Pat Murphy now.
Possibly take the division.
Back.
I'm gonna take the Brew Crew plus 230 to win the division. NL Central, anybody else?
Ain't that a slap in the face to Craig Counsell, though? You leave the Brewers and Pat Murphy wins back-to-back manager of the year.
Do that.
Yeah. So I'm going to stick with the Brew Crew. Don't get me wrong. I like Cincinnati as well. I think Cincinnati has a shot to make the playoffs. Shout out Terry Francona. Anytime he steps in, things are going to change. So I think Cincinnati's going to be a sneakily good team. If anything, I like the over as well. But I'm going to take the Brew Crew to win the division.
All right, Joe, what do you got for the Central for NL?
Yeah, I think the Cubs lineup is pretty good, top to bottom. Man, I'm seeing a lot of success with the pitching staff for the Brewers, even losing Peralta. I still feel like they can actually, do some things. I guess I'm a little torn. It's probably just a two-headed race as well. You could say, the Reds made the playoffs last year, but I think as a team, as a whole, they're not going to do the same thing. I think they made it by the skin of their teeth. More of a Mets collapse to lose that last. Anyway, to get eliminated by the Dodgers in the first round, I think it might have been a smart bet for the New York Mets. But nevertheless, I'd probably put the little money that you're getting more on the Brewers just because they've been there. I expect, like I said, NL manager to be someone different just as the AL. So man, I think Craig Counsell is a really good manager, but I don't know. There's just something there. There is something there with the Cubs that they just can't figure it out. They can't get past these Brewers. So I'm going to say the Milwaukee Brewers.
All right, let's go to the last division in the NL West. Obviously, no reason to touch the Dodgers. They are minus 700. Padres plus 950. The Giants 17-1. Diamondbacks 22-1, and the Rockies 300-1. I think it's either them or the Nationals for the worst team in baseball right now.
Who was last year, though? Wasn't it the White Sox?
I think it was the White Sox.
It was them or the Nationals.
They're going to be better. They made moves, the White Sox.
Hey, give them some pieces to get some.
There's no real value in taking the Dodgers because last year they win the division, but they really could just coast. I think you got to stay away from their win total. It gives them no incentive to go over it. They don't need to, because at the end of the day, they could take a month off and then just get better in September, go into October fully healthy. Their goal is to win World Series. They don't give a fuck about the division. So yeah, there's no reason to touch the Dodgers. They are a total stay away unless you're going to take them to win the World Series at plus 210, which I wouldn't. I think you need more value than that. I want nothing to do with them. I think they're a better in-season bet is the Dodgers for me. But, Joe, what do you like here for the NL West?
Like you said, chalk all throughout. Probably not touching the Dodgers. I'd be hesitant to take the over or under for the Padres, though they're probably the second best team in that division. I just think, as you know, Elvis would know this, right? What's bro who came over? Elvis, right? Isn't it
Xander Bogaerts?
No, isn't it someone else?
From
who
who?
else?
What are you talking about?
The Red Sox, the guy who got traded mid-season, didn't want to play third base, but he wound up playing third base.
He's on the Giants.
Devers.
Yeah,
He's
so
on the
Devers
Giants.
on the Giants, right? I feel like, people are high on the Giants there, but I feel like you have that, and you would know, Elvis, a sort of like, diva in the locker room just doesn't mesh well with the other players, and I think that's gonna be the cancer for the Giants. So I'm not actually high on the Giants at all. I think it's like I said, it's very chalk to go ahead with the Dodgers here, but it's their division, it's their whole conference to lose, really, National League. So I mean, I'm kind of gonna stay away. I wouldn't trust the Padres over under. I would play under on the Giants win total. If they're how many wins are they giving the Rockies?
I'm gonna tell you 55.5.
Under. Like if they were gonna say 30 something, I would say over, but nah, man, I really don't think they're gonna get beat up by that division. Diamondbacks are gonna win. The Giants are even gonna get their wins against the Padres and the Dodgers. They very well could sweep the whole year. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning. I would look for a lot of unders, and I would look to just try to find value out of the Dodgers since it's theirs.
What do you think?
Yeah, this one's short and sweet. I got nothing for the division. Win totals. San Diego Padres over 83.5. I honestly don't love it. I think the number's spot on. I think they're a 78 to 85 win team max, realistically. With the Giants, not too big on the Giants, to be real with you. And then the only other threat realistically could be the Diamondbacks, but it's the Dodgers division and lose. If you want to have some fun, sprinkle 950 to win the division on the Padres, I wouldn't advise to do it. But if you're a Padres fan, why not? But to be honest, the Dodgers win total is minus 103. 103.5 wins. They're minus 700 to the division. They're only plus 210 to win the World Series. Like Dylan said, I don't even think that's worth a number to put on to win the World Series this early on. So I will wait till they, kind of playing sluggish ball, maybe around June, maybe around August. Take the Dodgers during the season if you're that confident in them. But for the NL West, I just stood away. If you want to lay the juice, I think the Dodgers they have a 20-game gap win total for second place in the division. So that tells you everything you have to know.
All right, let's get into these awards. Joe, I'll start with you. What awards do you got here for either the AL, NL? Maybe you want to start Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, Manager, MVP. What do you got?
All right. Well, I kind of went through the whole list. So I guess, do you want to kind of break us down by like the award itself? Because I can kick us off with the Rookie of the Year. I think let's start
Perfect. Yep. Let's start there. AL Rookie of the Year.
You look at some of the best pitching staff is. I'm gonna go with a pitcher here. I think the most impressive pitcher I saw out of last year's playoffs was Trey Savage, and he's going to be qualified as a rookie for this year. And I think if he can outperform some of the better pitchers in that division, and let alone the entire AL, I think he's got to be live. I have Trey Savage here was at better odds to start the season. Now he's at like plus 850. So yeah, I went with Trey Savage, continuing with his rookie contendership and to be a really good pitcher out there in the AL East. If he can get a lot of wins out there, I mean, you got to keep an eye out for him. So yeah, plus 850 on him.
Yeah, I think the one thing to note here for Rookie of the Year, and it's not just for you, Joe, I think it's worth looking at guys who are 10, 15, 20 to 1. because you got guys who, like last year, Drake Baldwin, they are long shots. Not you really don't get chalk here for rookie of the year for me. So that's why for me, AL rookie of the year, give me Chase DeLuder at 22-1 from the Cleveland Guardians. He gained playoff experience last year for the Guardians. He's one of those rookies that quote unquote has experience in October. You know, injuries have limited him in the past, but I'm banking on some positive regression, and I think he's going to stay healthy this year. He's going to get a lot of at-bats, and I think the key word here for rookie of the year is how much opportunity are these guys going to get. So, yeah, give me Chase DeLuder at 22-1. Anything for rookie of the year for AL?
Yeah, for the AL, I'm going to take a shot. You know, anytime we got these Japanese players, they always come in. They always tend to have great rookie seasons.
Murakami?
Give me Murakami. Plus 700, the infielder from Chicago. The only reason I can say I don't love the bet is, you know, I think it's going to tend on Chicago's success as well. You know, so if they're a bottom 5 team, I think the rookie of the year is out the window. But if they have some hope, win 60-ish games, 65-ish games, it could go to him. So give me plus 700 with Murakami.
With him, I think the biggest thing was his contact to the major league speed. That's the thing. You're not seeing as much of the, nip and league and all that. So I think if he can get the bat on the ball, then that power will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the one thing I would push back on is I don't think it has to be a team that's competitive for rookie of the year. You just have to do well. So I like Murakami. I think he's going to do really well here for the White Sox. And I think going to be, again, opportunity. He's going to play every day for them.
Yes, not like I was looking at him too. Great call.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, obviously everyone has an equal chance of winning rookie of the year, but the award has been disproportionately by outfielders since 1949 for the AL. Outfielders have 24 victories compared to 17 for the pitchers and 17 for shortstops. Catchers, only 2 out of the last 73 years.
Wow. I mean, that makes sense to me. Not playing every day.
Yep. Do you know what team or franchise, I will say, has the most rookie of the years?
Most rookie. Who has a great farm system? I would hate to say it. The Yankees.
No.
They got a great farm system.
Can I say it's an AL team? Since we're on the AL?
No, it's an NL.
Oh. Most rookie of the years.
Yep.
NL?
Something put me to say the Cardinals, but I'm going to go with the Dodgers.
The Brooklyn/LA Dodgers have 18 rookie of the years, followed by the Yankees and Braves, who are tied for second with 10. Athletics have 9, and Orioles and Reds are tied for 8.
Hey, they were great in the 70s.
Oh my God, they have 18.
Reds and Orioles.
Unlike the AL, the NL, the NL Rookie of the Year, the West has really not done well. The NL East, they have 6 of the last 13 Rookie of the Years, where it's kind of been a mix. You got outfielders, infielders, starting pitchers, catchers, even a reliever won recently. So I'll start the NL. Give me Bubba Chandler here at 20-1 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I think he's going to be good this year. He's going to be in a rotation with Paul Skeens. And once he was called up last year, late August, he struck out 31 batters. He only walked 4 guys in 31 innings. He has a fastball that hits triple digits. He has a great changeup. He's going to get plenty of strikeouts, and he's going to get a lot of opportunity with this young team. So I like Bubba Chandler, 20-1. And then I mentioned it earlier, Carson Benj. I got to take a flyer on my Met guy. He's going to make the opening day roster.
He batted 400 spring training so far.
Yeah,
he's one of the highest ranked prospects in all of baseball, is he not?
Yeah, and he only struck out 5 times in 39 plate appearances in spring training. His comp is Kyle Tucker. Ooh. I think in a competitive team, he's going to get a lot of opportunity with the Mets. I think 22-1 is a nice spread.
He's batting safe behind that lineup too. I think he's going to be very successful, and I was all in on Carson Benj. I just think he's going to also be a stud in the outfield too.
Your picture, okay. What do you got here? NL Rookie of the Year.
I'm gonna take a shot. We were just talking about outfielders, so it makes a little sense. I'm high on this team to begin with. Give me Owen Cassie from New Orleans, outfielder plus
Nice.
2,200 to win it.
Yeah.
Didn't have that that impressive season last year. Only batted 192 in a short stint, but now in Miami, he's gonna play every day. I think they're gonna be a solid team. I understand he has a high strikeout rate, but the man goes out there, hits around 240, 250 with 25 to 30 home runs. I think he's gonna make a case for Rookie of the Year.
Especially he shines in that lineup. If he's the
he's gonna be batting
lineup,
top 6. Yeah, he's gonna get an opportunity.
All right, let's go to the AL MVP race. Joe, I'll let you lead it off. What do you like?
All right, so I'm going to have to, if you're going to hit me with the MVP off the bat, then I got to give you a little bit of throwback. 40 years ago, there was a player that played for Elvis's team, the Boston Red Sox. Now, we weren't even a twinkle in our pops' eyes at that time, but 40 years ago makes me think that something's going to come to fruition this year, right? Who was the AL MVP and Cy Young winner in 1986? I said Boston Red Sox.
1986.
I don't know.
I know we lost the World Series.
Yes,
I know
and
that.
It's someone who has gone to other teams, but you got to regard that Roger Clemens.
Oh, Roger Clemens. I was going to say that.
And I think that if the Red Sox are going to do what we expect them to do right here, I think Garrett Crochet is one of the best pitchers in the league. And I have him not only winning the AL Cy Young at plus 425, I have him winning AL MVP at plus 8,000.
Wow.
I love it. I'll tell you what, he's live for the Cy Young.
He's so good. And like I said, you don't see that. Like, there's talent on the team now, but you lose Devers. If this guy has a 20-win season and no other pitcher really has that, and he's carrying the load, a sub-2 ERA with all the strikeouts that he could do, I mean, I love Garrett Crochet. Really, I think he's, like I said, one of the top 5 pitchers in the league. I mean, he could absolutely outshine a lot of them.
I love it, Joe.
He's definitely live for the Cy Young.
Yeah, he's live for Cy Young. He's minus 225 for 200 plus strikeouts, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's like a lock.
He's a lock. Yeah, he's a lock for that.
Unless he's going to be the most valuable. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
he's healthy. He could be the most valuable player for that team.
Yeah.
If they win the division, as we expect them to do, then how could we not? If it's especially Elvis's point, 100-win team, 20-win pitcher.
No, I didn't say 100. I said 95. I said 95.
He said, I'm not going to go 100. But.
Let's just be accurate. Joe, I like it. I think Crochet, if he could win 21 games, under 225 ERA, I think our lineup will be improved. He's going to have more opportunity to win games. If he could go, average of 6-7 plus, I think he's live, not for nothing. With the MVP, I know y'all didn't agree when I picked this team to win the division. Give me Corey Seager plus 3,000. How about them apples? Corey Seager plus 3,000. Let's not forget, we all know when healthy, that man plays 100 plus 60, 100 plus 40 games. He's going to be in content. He's one of the best infielders in all of baseball, in my opinion, still. Give me Corey Seager from the Rangers plus 3,000 to win MVP.
He's done it before.
He's World Series MVP as well.
Yeah.
Bro, he's when healthy, I think the Rangers are going to be a decent squad. Like I said, I already picked them to win the division, make the playoffs. If the man is batting above 300, 30 plus, couple stolen bases, we already know he got a great glove. Watch out, plus 3,000.
He's one of the most underrated players in the MLB.
Yes. If he was on the Dodgers, we wouldn't have the same perspective, I bet.
If he was on the Yankees, he'll be plus 1,500.
I think when healthy, he could arguably be a top 5 player in the MLB. When I was depressed with the Mets and them getting rid of everyone, I was like, they're going to get rid of Francisco Lindor. I wanted them to go get Corey Seager. Yeah. I mean, if
you lose Lindor, you have to.
I think Corey Seager's a top 5 player, not just shortstop. He's a top 5 shortstop, no doubt. I think he's a top 5 player. But the problem is you can't rely on him to stay healthy. That is my only problem with him.
That's why I took a shot at him at plus 3,000. I feel like the number is just too valuable. Like plus 3,000, Corey, a top 5 player.
This is your guy, and Joe, I'm surprised you went with the Red Sox guy. I'm going Roman Anthony here at 20-1. I mean,
not even Jarren Duran.
Yeah,
he's not an MVP. He's good. He's not an MVP.
Yeah, he's way better than Jarren Duran. This kid smashes, and he has a great glove. he's going to be the captain of the team in a few years. He has the team.
He's
the future
for us.
I think he's the future. And I think he could lead the team in hits. I think if he bats 280, anywhere from 25 to 30 home runs, you got that short little porch or that short little outfield and right
pesky
field.
pole.
Exactly. So I'm taking Roman Anthony. I think there's a shot on him. I want to take Junior Camilleri as well at 27-1.
Home run derby guy last year.
But I just think the Tampa Bay Rays are bad. I liked Bobby Witt Jr., but I don't want to go chalk at plus 450. Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Yeah. And then we might fuck around and Aaron Judge. Yeah,
that's the thing. It's going to be the team as a whole. It's not going to let the one player shine. If you have one player stand out on some of these teams that are doing well, you got to put them ahead of the others where the whole team is doing well.
You mentioned Roger Clemens from 1986. I'm looking at his stats. He went 24-4 with a 2.48 ERA.
Legend.
He won the Cy Young and he was the All-Star MVP. Garrett Crochet is going to have to win 25 games to win MVP.
Thank you. But that's
22.
My point. It's like, and when's the last time we've seen a 20-game winner?
A while.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the NL MVP. I'll start with you here. Why is it Juan Soto?
It's not Juan Soto.
Why is it Shohei Ohtani?
To be honest, I hate to be that guy. It has to be Shohei Ohtani. The man is pitching again this year. He's gonna be. I'm not sure if he's the number one. He might be the number one. He might be the opening day starter. He's gonna hit 30, 40 home runs. He's gonna have 30 stolen bases. He's gonna have 15 to 20 wins. Right? He's gonna have a 3 under ERA. He's gonna have 40 plus home runs. He's going to have 30 plus stolen home bases. If he has another 40 and 40 season, how could you not award him the MVP? If he stays healthy, minus 140 people, I think it's worth it. I hate to be that guy, but Ohtani MVP. I think Ronald Corner Jr. I think if he stays healthy, he can have a 40 plus home run, 100 something RBIs.
Right, it's Ohtani's award pretty much. But if we're gonna say a long shot, like you mentioned a few, my long shot was Ellie De La Cruz at the Reds plus 5,000.
He's plus 3,000. He's plus 3,000. So yeah,
the difference with me is Rookie of the Year. You don't have to be on a competitive team. MVP, you have to be on a good team.
I think you got to at least win the division.
Yeah, and that's why I wouldn't. As much as exciting, and I think Ellie De La Cruz is a superstar, he's just on a bad team.
Yeah.
So, for me, I'm going to take Lindor here. I know I'm homer 12-1.
So why is it not Juan Soto?
Because Francisco Lindor 22-1. He was runner-up. I think last year he had a case, 31 home runs, 267 batting average. He had 172 hits.
Why he doesn't pitch once every month.
Yeah, his WAR was 6.
That's the thing. Like I was thinking Lindor deserved it. It's like, we get fatigued, honestly, at this point. Don't you think? Of like Ohtani.
It is going to be Ohtani though.
But
yeah.
Let's go to Cy Young, NL Cy Young.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my AL Cy Young, so
I think NL Cy Young. I think 2 of the 3 of us is gonna say the same. It
has to be Paul Skeens. He's the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, he's the best pitcher in the world. But
yeah,
I picked Jacob Mizorowski.
I love the energy. I love the energy.
Not getting the Rookie of the Year last year, and now he's no longer eligible for Rookie of the Year. If the Brewers have a better record than the Pirates and Mizorowski has better numbers and maybe a better winning percentage than Paul Skeens, which is probably most likely going to happen, it's just the numbers aspect and strikeouts. I think Mizorowski's sick, and he might be a little long shot, but if you see, like I said, a pitcher that's outperforming the best pitcher in the world in the same conference and they in the same division and they don't win the division, which is not going to happen, the Brewers might have a better chance. Yeah, I'll say Mizorowski at plus 6,500.
What do you think?
Paul Skeens, he's the best pitcher in the world. There's no doubt about it. I think Joe makes a good case. If Paul Skeens' lineup can get him, 6, at least 16 plus wins. If Paul Skeens ends the season with like 11 or 12 wins due to, the Pirates lineup, I think it's going to be hard to handle the MVP, but we all know he's going to put up possibly a 160, 180 ERA, over 200 strikeouts. He's probably gonna be the starting pitcher for the All-Star game.
He's
probably
face
gonna
of the
go.
league.
Yeah, he's literally gonna probably go strike out the side in the All-Star game as well. So I think there's no doubt Polsky's the best pitcher in baseball. And to be honest, I think 240. If he stays healthy, he wins at least 16, 15 games. How you not give him the award?
At the end of April, he's going to be minus money.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can see
So
that.
you-
Especially
you
when
gotta
numbers
tell-
start.
Yeah, let's just say if he starts the year 4-1, he'll be minus 200 come May.
Last
Joe, if you
20-game winner, Spencer Strider did not win the Cy Young.
Yeah, that's
he
why I'm
didn't.
saying you need to win 25 games if you're Garrett Crochet to win MVP. If you want to take a long shot, because I do think Polskin's going to win it. He's the best player in baseball, pitcher at least. Brandon Woodruff, 30-1. Not a
What's that, Giants?
Brew Crew.
Brew Crew.
Also,
Yeah.
same pitching.
I am not a
rotation.
Jacob Mizorowski guy. He had a couple good games and then he tailed off towards the end. Once people started to get film on him, he got lit up. I'm a Brandon Woodruff guy. You get the same price, 30-1. I like that.
But you see my point, though. So you're kind of on the same type of model where if in the same division, Paul Skeens literally is getting outshined by that, those pitchers. How could you give it to Paul Skeens? I know how good he could be,
Just
but
the numbers wise.
But I'm saying if the numbers aren't as good.
I just think the only number that is not going to be better than Paul Skeens or better than him
is
the wins.
Fair.
So the whip, everything, the WAR, strikeouts, it's going to be Paul Skeens. So I think getting plus 240 right now, it's crazy, but I do think it's a bargain right now. So
to be honest, the only thing that could derail him from the Cy Young
injury,
it is injury or the Pirates not able to score 4+ runs a game.
I thought
that's already it.
I thought I was going to hit us with Livy Dunn shout out.
No.
After the AL or NL Cy Young MVP and Rookie of the Year, do you guys have anything else?
I just said maybe we could put a couple manager flyers out there, like Alex.
What do you got?
Plus 1,200. Carlos Mendoza. Like I said, if you're not, you're going to go with teams that are going to win their division outside of the favorites, like the Dodgers. Yeah, I could see a Carlos Mendoza as plus 1,400 and Alex Cora in the AL is plus 1,200. I mean, why not put some value on these guys?
Yeah, Alex Cora as of right now is plus 900. That's my Coach of the Year pick, Joe. So you got a good number on that. He's 900 on my book. Like I said, we already took the Red Sox to win the division. I think they win 90+ games, up to 95. I think you got to give it to Alex Cora. Don't get me wrong. There's another team that sneaks. Like for example, the White Sox win 85 games. You got, that's the Coach of the Year. But realistically, I think Alex Cora for the Red Sox. I would love Terry Francona to win it for Cincinnati. I highly doubt that, but he is the third favorite in the NL. But realistically, I think Craig Counsell from Chicago, even though I don't got him winning the division, I got the Brewers. I think he's live for Coach of the Year. And Pat Murphy with the Brewers. I'm gonna take the NL Central with either the Brewers coach or the Chicago Cubs coach, Craig Counsell or Pat Murphy.
I like it.
Yeah, all right, guys. I appreciate it.
I got any more plays? I got something else.
What else?
Give me Jacob DeGrom, Cy Young plus 1,000 for the AL. I think he bounces back. I told you I'm high on the Rangers. Corey Seager plus 3,000 MVP. The Jacob DeGrom's AL Cy Young plus 1,000. Give me Peter Alonso. I think he has a sour taste. The fact that the Mets wouldn't pay him his money that he deserves. Don't get me wrong, hate him or love him. Peter Alonso plus 124, 40+ home runs for the Warriors. I think it's doable. The man is gonna. He's the polar bear. Give me 40+ home runs at plus 124, and then give me Yordan Alvarez. Little chalky, 30+ home runs, minus 132. To me, that's a great in-season. Yeah, that if you could afford to let your money be on hold, 7-8 months, Yordan Alvarez, if healthy, is gonna have 35+.
Hey, last time a team had both the AL MVP, I already gave you the conference, and the Cy Young. What team? Like I said, AL. The year was 2013. I'll give you that too.
2013 what?
I was last time a team had both the MVP and Cy Young.
Max Scherzer, Detroit Tigers.
Yes, and the MVP was Miguel Cabrera.
Andrew McCutcheon.
No,
No, I just said it. That Detroit Tigers team lost the World Series. Trust me, I was on them that year.
Yeah,
that's the only
they
reason
had
I know
Miggy
that.
and they had Scherzer, and they did not win it all.
He did win the MVP.
High on the Rangers.
No, that's
Andrew
what he's McCutcheon win MVP.
NL.
Oh,
NL.
But last time a team won both because he just said he has a long shot flyer on DeGrom, Cy Young, and Corey Seager MVP.
Yeah.
So I was like, last time a team won the MVP and the Cy Young in the same year. That was last time was 2013. It was the Tigers who lost the World Series.
So 100-win team.
He remembers his trivia.
No, that's when I really watched baseball. Like that's when baseball was like for me. You know,
I remember like Verlander on the cover of MLB The Show those years, right?
Yeah. No. But people forget. Remember that perfect game where the umpire blew it for Detroit? Oh man.
Oh my God, Armando Galarraga.
Yeah.
Jim Joyce. How could I?
Jim Joyce. Shout out Jim Joyce because he was a man and he apologized. He literally ruined the perfect game. But
I think they're gonna give that back to him.
Yeah, especially now with the replays and calls and all that. I think they got to at least make one exception. Like, yo,
and they got the out there right after.
That's a perfect game.
Yeah, right, I don't mean to go crazy, but NL MVP Andrew McCutcheon, right? Or no?
What are you talking about?
Because didn't you say 2013 MVP?
I was saying Elvis had a play for Cy Young and MVP for both. All players are on the Texas Rangers. Okay. So I just came up with a trivia. When is the last time a team had both the Cy Young and the MVP on the same team? Yeah. And that happened in 2013. Andrew McCutcheon, I bet he won the MVP that year, but they surely didn't have a Cy Young.
Yeah, Agent Burnett could have won the Cy Young. Shout out Agent Burnett.
Jared Weaver.
I feel like I have a hits leader. I'm gonna go to the Brewers again. I'm gonna go Bryce Terang. I'm going to take him to have the hits, 150-1 to lead the league in hits. He batted 288, 18 home runs, 24 stolen bases, and only 156. So he's a great second base when he plays every day. He has a hard hit rate. I think he could lead the team in hits. So
is that for the whole league?
Yeah.
That's not just for AL. Because I was saying, isn't like Judge, unfortunately, if he's healthy, doesn't he get a lot of hits?
Well, the Bobby Witt Jr. is the leader at plus 350. Vlad is 600. Bo Bichette is at 700. But I don't like taking all the chalk, so no, I'll do Bryce.
You got to go for that.
150-1. Anything else for you, E?
No, that's all. That's all my plays for the MLB 2026.
Oh my God!
Florida goes.
They just lost.
Well, it's a timeout. They're down 4 seconds left.
Iowa 73, Florida 72.
What I say, Iowa live.
Gators. I mean, repeating championships and repeating championships. Forget it. That's why maybe also if we're going to mention the World Series before we get out of here, maybe we can see the Mets versus the Orioles, the 1969 rematch.
Mine is the Mets taking on the Seattle Mariners. Seattle Mariners win it.
Oh, I would literally. I don't know what I'll do. I'm not going to say anything.
I got the Philadelphia Phillies winning the NL plus 1,600. I got the Boston Red Sox winning the AL plus 1,600. Give me the Philadelphia versus the Red Sox plus 6,000 exact matchup in the World Series, and give me the Red Sox to win it all.
I think if the Red Sox get there, it'll be against the Dodgers. Like the Dodgers get there again, and it'll be a third year with another AL East team.
Mark my words, the Dodgers will not reach the World Series this year.
I like that. That's why I said my pick was with the Mets, and I went long shot with the Orioles.
And it's probably going to be the Dodgers again.
Yeah.
For all we know.
Book it.
I think that.
All right, boys. I appreciate you. That's it. We'll be back. I got to talk to you, boys, but we will be back sometime before Wednesday to get out our opening day picks. And yeah, that's going to do it. Enjoy. Good luck on all your bets, and we will see you guys later down the road. Peace.